Inside Prime Core, my students can ask me about anything: positioning, utility, decision making, confidence, aim. You should try those grip on different mouses. Блять. Everything. So I made a post asking them to send me their top 3 CS2 questions, and in this video I will answer them like I would inside the community. So first questions of the day were asked by Nick M. And the question number 1 is: what's something low elo players don't practice enough? First mistake low elo players make isn't even in CS. It's overpaying for skins on Steam Market. There's a new CS2 skin marketplace called Buff Market. It's basically the international version of Buff 163, but what caught my attention is that they use P2P trading, so you don't have to deal with the usual 7-day trade hold. Their seller fee is only 2.5%. Their market supports crypto payments. And here's the cool part: if you sign in through my link in the description, you'll automatically get entered into a raffle with a chance to win up to $200 in your Buff Market balance. So if you're already buying or selling CS2 skins, definitely check it out by the first link in the description. And now let's jump right into the action. After reviewing hundreds of the demos, I don't think low elo players are missing just one specific thing. But what I see over and over again is a huge imbalance between their mechanics and their game sense. Some players have insane aim. They can win 70% of their duels, but then they dry pick 3 people, take terrible fights, or spend the entire round lurking without ever using their mechanics to create impact. Others are the complete opposite. They're always in the right place at the right time, they find great timings and even can get behind their opponents, but then they lose a close-range deagle duel, or they don't know how to take long-range fight properly. That is why many of my students gaining 200 to 300 faceit elo in just their first 2 or 3 sessions, because we identify what's holding them back and we focus only on that. For example, if their mechanics are weak, I send them to my sword school and aim training modules. Or if their decision making is the problem, I point them to exact lessons in my champion library, map guides and student files that fix those specific mistakes. So for lower elo players, I would say that improvement isn't about practicing more, but it's about practicing the right thing. Second question from Nikem is: how do you know when your sensitivity is right for you? Honestly, I think sensitivity is much less important than people make it seem. A lot of players spend hours changing it by 0.01 or 0.02, expecting it to magically fix their aim. Apparently it won't. The first thing you need to figure out is whether you are naturally a low sense or a high sense player. And then use the method I teach people inside Prime Core. Load up a bot map, walk around bots and simply try to keep your crosshair glued to their heads while moving. Pick the highest sensitivity where your tracking still feels smooth and under control. That way you keep the precision of a lower sense without forcing yourself to swing your whole arm across the mousepad every time you need to turn. Once you found something that works, stop changing it every few days. Give yourself 3 weeks or even months to build consistency instead of constantly chasing the perfect sensitivity. You'll know that your sensitivity is right when, after enough of the practice, you stop thinking about your mouse completely. You aren't wondering how far should I move it, you just look at the target and your hand naturally does what you want. So overall, you stop thinking about your mouse, you just think about your game. And the last question that was asked by Nick Aim is: how do you avoid overthinking your mechanics during matches? So the biggest mistake when it comes to this, I would say, is constantly changing things. If you're changing your sensitivity, resolution, crosshair or even your mouse every few days, you're never giving yourself enough time to build consistency. And the second thing is having no routine. And don't get me wrong, you don't need to train for 3 hours a day. You just need a simple routine that takes 20 to 30 minutes and you repeat it every single day. And already Already after a few weeks you'll notice something interesting. You stop thinking about how you should move your mouse, and you stop thinking about how should you flick. Instead, you're thinking about the game itself, and your mechanics become much more automatic because you repeated the same movement thousands of the times. So trust the process, stop chasing perfect settings, and just build a routine and let consistency do the work. Next question that was asked by Alex Bensler: how can you motivate yourself to play every day and keep grinding? That's actually a much deeper question than just CS. I think most people believe that motivation and discipline are the key to success. I disagree. I think the real key is genuinely enjoying what you do. Because when you truly enjoy something, you don't need to force yourself every day. You don't wake up thinking, how do I motivate myself? You simply do it because it's the part of who you are. That's true for sports, music, business, and it is true for a Counter-Strike. If you genuinely love improving at this game, you'll naturally come back tomorrow to get a little bit better. The only thing that you have to be careful about is a burnout. Never force yourself to grind 10 hours a day just because someone on YouTube told you to do so. And as long as you love the process, keep going. But the moment you stop loving it, maybe step back and figure out why. And the next questions are asked by Byron McKenna. Is aim labs worth using to improve your aim, or should you just stick to CS2? Absolutely, I think aim labs is 100% worth using. In fact, inside my Prime Core community, there's an entire section dedicated to the aim labs, where I share my own playlist, explain how to match your CS2 sensitivity and settings, and most importantly, how to train in a way that actually transfers into the game. Aim lab is especially good for improving target confirmation, tracking, and target switching, simply because it gives you far more training scenarios than CS2 ever could. That being said, aim lab should not replace CS2. Think of it like going to the gym. The gym makes you stronger, but it doesn't teach you how to play football. In the same way, aim labs develops specific aiming skills, while CS2 teaches you how to apply them in real situations. So use aim labs to build the mechanics and use CS2 to learn how to win the fights. And the next question is, how often should you take breaks between games? So I don't think that there are specific number for that. Instead of taking a break after every 2 or 3 games, it's better for you to listen to yourself. If you are getting frustrated, tilted, or you notice that your focus is dropping, that's a good sign that it's time to step away for a while. But if you're still enjoying the game, you're focused, and your body is telling you, let's play another one, then of course you wanna keep playing. The biggest mistake is force yourself to keep grinding when you're already mentally exhausted. So just trust your body. Play while you are fully engaged, and stop before frustration starts taking decisions instead of you. Before you leave, I've got something for you. If you've made it this far, I want to reward you. You'll find a link to my TikTok in the description. Send me the code word WOW into the DMs, and I will give you a free one-on-one coaching session with me. We'll look at your current level, identify what's holding you back, and build a personalized roadmap to help you reach Faceit level 10 in the next 2 to 3 months. I'll be waiting for your message.